EA is releasing Evos that would generally be over 1 million coins if they're on the market, and you can go and get them for free. We'll be talking about that and everything else that has come in the last 24 hours of a very busy Black Friday. But before we do go and start, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading service over on Twitch. And all you got to do is click on the top link in the description. You subscribe over there and it is free with Amazon Prime. If not, it's £5, €5 or $6. In there, you'll get yourself daily updated investing guides and daily updated trading guides. Investments cover all sort of budgets. For example, we've got Solanke, we recommended earlier in the week at 1.2. He's already up to 3.2 and will probably be extinct by the end of the week. And Valverde, who we recommended at 200, who has risen all the way up to 240k. In fact, we also recommended him at 180k as well the other day. So yeah, really nice rebounds there. But let's go and talk about everything that's dropped in the last 24 hours. We can start off by talking about the Evos, because the Evos have continued where they stopped. They have been absolutely insane. And again, I generally believe that these are dropping cards that would be very high hundreds of Ks, if not about 1 million coins. Yeah, I mean, there's really nice cards there. We've got a few which we've got on highlighted. We got ourselves a Mendy now. Of course, we've had promo Mendys in the past, and they've been, you know, about 1.2, 1.5 million. Well, this Mendy is coming in for free. He goes and gets himself Bruiser. He goes and gets a dribbling upgrade, a defending upgrade, a physical upgrade. If I'm not wrong, I think you can also go and get a passing upgrade on him. And the reason for this is because all the recent Evos are very broad, and because they're very broad, it basically lets you throw loads of players into them, and they all kind of get 86 and 87 upgrades, so it's really nice. Well, what's this done for Mendy? Well, it's basically, yeah, it's risen quite nicely. There's an interesting trend we've seen, and the interesting trend is exactly what we saw on Team of the Week cards in previous times, which is where they'd spike with the initial SBC, then drop to 8 PM, then rebound again, and that's exactly what's happened with Mendy, whereas 27, he actually went all the way up to 50, he went back down there to 28, and now he's already rebounded to 38, and if we go and check someone like Rafael Leao, we can probably predict what's going to happen in the in the coming 24 hours, because Rafael Leao basically had this trend happen with him on the, what do you want to say, on the Thursday, I believe we saw it happen with him, where he spiked. Then he went down, he actually spiked all the way up to 8 PM, which is interesting. Then went down there to, if we can go and load it, 200. And then since then, he's kind of held 200. So maybe that Mendy actually doesn't get much more going off of the Leao trend. Well, again, it isn't just Mendy. We can also see this happen with the likes of Gravenberch. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think it uses the last one. So if I'm not wrong, it basically uses all the new ones, including the free one we had there, Centre Pillar. But this is just creating an insane Gravenberch card. I mean, 86 plus all stats. He's playing in the Premier League. He's playing for Liverpool. He's strong links, or perfect chem links. Virgil van Dijk. He's got double force. So I'm sure he's got play styles coming out the wazoo. He's got himself finesse, shot, incisive pass, long ball, technical, anticipate, relentless, really big on your centre mids. I mean, rolls, he's got himself box-to-box plus. This card is just absolutely insane. I mean, when you look at this card and it's 800k, and yes, this card is upgradable, but I don't think the cards on the stats on that card will even upgrade to better stats than that's on that. Now, I would say long ball plus is probably better than incisive, but yeah, insane that this card's about 800k, yet you can go and get this one for free. That's not the, that's not the end of it. We do have the likes of Rashford. Now, Rashford is coming in at a paid Evo, but again, we've got the brand new elusive dribbler, giving him a slightly better card. But again, bear in mind that's his I don't think they're too comparable. But yeah, very nice card. We then go look at Van de Ven, and again, Van de Ven goes and fits all these new ones. These aren't chains of, apart from the into the stat limits actually, but these aren't chains of ones that aren't available. These are literally 1, 2, 3. If we can scroll along, 1, 2, 3. These are all that are available, and again, these are all just these flash evos, and it gives you an insane Van de Ven. I mean, we go and compare it to the Inform, and it's got more all-round stats than the Inform. The one thing I would say is it's not actually as favourable defensively, apart from he does go and have the playstyle plus of block. We can see again the insane Nico Williams. I don't think this is anything new. We had these two yesterday, but again, comparable to the 500k SBC. Very nice for 15k. And Alphonso Davies, another card that was unlocked yesterday. We can see again, really nice stats. 95 pace with 86 physical, 86 dribbling, passing. He's now got himself a passing playstyle plus as well. So very nice. I card I'd be interested in seeing how they've done is Caldogu. Now, again, sadly, a lot of these players, are leaked before they come out, so the investing opportunity is not too good on them. One of the players that they recommended to go and do this with was with Cal Dogu, because of course he goes and fits an Evo there that gives him +5 defending, an Evo there that goes and gives him +5 physical, and then on top of that, it fits an Evo that gives him +6 passing. So I think he fits all these at the same time. But interestingly enough, he didn't rise, which is interesting. Another one who they privately recommended was Llorente, so I'd be interested to see if Llorente went up yesterday. No, again, he actually just crashed. Interesting. Well, again, they're the Evos we went and got. We got loads of content, so loads of stuff to go through. First thing being is the Saka SBC. Now, again, a lot of people came to me and they went, Dan, look at all these player SBCs. Look at all these upgrade SBCs. Surely Fodder's going to bang in price. And I said, go and look at last year. And I bet you, if you looked at all the player SBCs last year, all the upgrade SBCs last year, you would have called me a mug for saying that I don't think Fodder's going to rise. Because what happened last year was we had all these player SBCs, all these upgrade SBCs, and Fodder just didn't rise. And that's because these player SBCs look great on paper, but as soon as they start requiring 700k for Saka, 1 million coins for Cruyff and all these things, all these players that are really good in your head go, ooh, either one, I can't afford to go and do them all, or two, they're just overpriced compared to these Evos. I mean, I've just shown you a Gravenberch, which if it was an SBC, people would probably still dub it good value for money at 300-400k, but it's a free Evo. So the thing with Black Friday is the Evos are really outshining the SBCs. But how did his link investments do? Well, the Saka came out at 2 p.m. and from 2 p.m. Havertz went from 216 to 140. How did Trent do? Again, Trent just went down. He did rise eventually. In fact, a lot of the market has actually been rising eventually, which is interesting. I then compared a few right wingers. How did they do? Well, in all fairness, Salah, who is in packs, did drop, but I'm not too sure if that's so much because he's in packs rather than the supply. This is probably a bit more interesting card. Someone like Doku. Doku obviously isn't in packs. I mean, see, when the Saka came out, he actually rose, and then he rose going into the evening. So, the Prem right wings weren't affected. Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. is going to come out, and again, people dub him actually as really good value for money. His link investments are down. His link investments went up. His initial card went down. I think some of the comparable players went down. I think people tell me Eden Hazard was down. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Very rarely do you get expensive POTMs that are high demand, but Vinicius Jr. is definitely fitting that. I think it's because it's coming in not too bad value for money than the Inform card. He also, I think, gets more player role pluses. And I think a lot of people are still kind of living the PTSD off this card, which is why I imagine there's such high demand. We saw literally this card drop, we saw this card drop, and we saw this card drop. Some rebounds since. But how did his link investments do? Well, sadly, a lot of his link investments are in packs, which means that going off of last year's trends, these cards will be the cheapest. Sunday, Monday, I then think they can probably rise going into Wednesday afternoon. Then Wednesday after 6 p.m. and Thursday morning, I think they go back down again. And then I think they do really, really well Thursday division rivals onwards. So there'll be an investing opportunity Sunday, Monday, sell out Wednesday, invest Thursday morning. And that'll be on Eder Militao, who again is in form cards in packs. Bellingham, who's in form cards in packs. Courtois, whose promo card is in packs. And Valverde's in form card. Actually, you could go and buy... Well, I mean, you could go and buy him right now. He should probably keep rising all the way onwards with this being the card that's in packs, and it's 2.1 million. Modric also getting potential rise from now onwards. The only problem I have with Modric is because Bellingham and because Bellingham and some of the other cards are in packs, they potentially won't let Modric rise. But I mean, nonetheless, he's still risen up about 30-40k since. On top of that, Rafinha could also go and do well playing obviously in the right wing position, whereas Vinny plays predominantly on the left wing. He did drop, all these link investments apart from the ones out of packs did drop with the initial release, but again it's because they're in packs. They're probably being packed more than they're being demanded. The same thing happened with the Frankie de Jong, but his investments rose as of the Monday. Vinicius Jr.'s, how does his gold card react? Well, before his SBC came out, he was 840. He then crashed down there to 700. He actually got down to, I think it was 670, 680. And he's rebounded back to 740, and I think he can continue rebounding now all the way through till Friday. That's Vinicius Jr., very well demanded. We also got Cruyff, who again seemed to be quite well demanded. I say that actually, no, it's 2.7. The problem is a lot of people buy into the hype and then get disappointed when it's so expensive, whereas obviously if they just release the SBC, then the people wouldn't be so hyped in the first place. But yeah, 1 million coins... Compare it to any of these Evos and he's all for value for money. Compare it to any of the promo cards and he was all for value for money. But icons are renowned for outplaying the stats. I was a little bit interested to see, okay, well, you know, how is Cruyff, well, sorry, how are the other players doing, you know, the expensive cams and strikers as a result. Cruyff, well, Cruyff came out at 6 PM and Puskas, not being too phased, went up 200k. Henry, again, he came out and then Henry went up 200k. We then look at Cantona. He did drop initially, but then, again, rebounded 100k. Emilio Buchigueno, again, Cruyff dropped and then he went up 100k. So Di Natale, Cruyff dropped and then he went up 200k, then back down again. So we can see that there was a nice initial rise across the board because Cruyff just wasn't that desirable. And as a result, anything he could have replaced just went up. Another player SBC we got was Edison Cavani. Now, I was quite confused by the drop Cavani because I guess apart from some of the season pass players, which there aren't even many of, yeah, because I think I imagine this guy, if I'm not wrong, is in the obviously in what's called the division rivals things. You've only got Gary Medel as a strong link, and apart from that, you know, you got loads of weak links, I guess. But you know, it's just, I don't know, it's a bit of a dodgy one. Now he's only 20k for an 88 rated card, who probably looks like a bit of fun, and I think that's the angle. I don't think the angle is that he's meant to be meta. I think the angle is it's a bit of a throwback to nostalgia, a bit of fun. But yeah, Edison Cavani. I mean, it doesn't hurt to complete him, but didn't go and rise too much if I was looking at the Argentinian players. Yeah, he came out at 7 PM. Obviously, impacts, goal to ratio, he didn't go and rise. Francescoli, there was an initial rebound, but then he just kind of went back down again. And I think that was all she wrote. What's been going on with Fodder? Obviously, I've just shown you loads of player SBCs. Did Fodder rise? Absolutely not. Again, 83s despite being needed for player SBCs. Upgrade SBCs are down. 84s are down. Like, all this Fodder is literally down in price. It's not even that it hasn't moved or is up slightly. If we go and look at Fodder, it is literally gone from 5.1 down there to 3.2. Now, it's rebounded since, but that's not because of all the SBCs. That's just because it kind of got over panic selling. Sold. Same with the 84, 6s, 7s, 8s, and basically all Fodder is down in price, just like we saw last year. Same with Team of the Weeks. Team of the Weeks, again, I was told, oh, they're going to do insane. They need for all these upgrade SBCs. Team of the Weeks are literally discard right now. So again, another bit of Fodder sort of thing that just didn't do well. If I'm not wrong, you can get like 80, I think I saw like 87 rated Team of the Weeks at discard there. 89 rated Team of the Weeks are coming in at 21k. A lot of the cheapest by rate, a lot of the cheapest of their rating. Literally, a Team of the Weeks, Lavela, one of the cheapest of her rating. Inform Paredes, Inform Lewandowski, some of the cheapest of their rating. Kane, one of the cheapest of their rating. Like, all these informs are literally coming in at SBC Fodder, no matter the rating. Now, talking about stuff dropping. Interesting enough, the market actually has been rising in the last 24 hours. Now, this wasn't tracked on the day-to-day trend of last year, as in the graphs, but I'd say there's a few reasons for this. One, it might just be a kind of a 6 to maybe 12-hour rise on the market. And this could be because people are just buying their weekly teams, because obviously there's a lot more incentive to build your weekly teams this year than there was last year because of the mastery tokens. So that's potentially why we've seen a bit of a rise on the market, but I don't think it's the market rebounds from now onwards. I think this is a bit of weekly team buying. I think as you see Saturday evening, especially Sunday evening, Monday morning, when people are finished weekly leagues, I think we see a nice crash, which is why I don't really have too many investments to go and make until Sunday evening / Monday morning, because I think you kind of just want to let the market go and drop due to a weekly sell-off. Well, again, we can see there being some big old buyback yesterday. We can see the likes of Bruno Fernandes was 500 yesterday. He's up to 570. We can see Gabriel, if we can go and look at this. We can see Gabriel was about 220 all yesterday, and he's up to 280. We can see that Schweinsteiger, if we can go and grab him, hourly yesterday, was around about 480 all yesterday, and he's up to 560. We can see that Tchouameni, again, these outer pack Real Madrid links. You can see these Real Madrid outer pack cards that aren't in packs have done really nicely, up there 330 to up to 400. I do think they can probably drop a little bit on the Sunday, but yeah, I mean, just pretty foreshadows them doing very well. On the other hand, and this is what I find is really interesting, some of the initial players that were being heavily used for the Evos have absolutely crashed. So there was a bit of hype when Mustovi could go and fit, what was it? He could go and fit the precision shooter, he could go and fit the speed boost, he could go and fit the full force, and where Mustovi could fit all these Evos. And it went from, if I go and grab the Thursday, 14k, it got all the way up there to 36k, and then today he is literally discard. So it is crazy how flash in the pan some of these Evo players are, or players being used in the Evos. And again, you can see that with a lot of the hero cards. You can see in the last 24 hours, we've got some big rises on just some well-demanded out-of-pack cards. We can see some absolute just annihilation of the price of some of these heroes. And some of these heroes recently got absolutely pumped because they fit the initial Evos, but, you know, the, I guess, increase in supply and the switch of demand due to new players, yeah, it's insane how much these cards have crashed. The same with some of these informs that were fit in the Evos, where they got pumped initially and now they've just absolutely crashed. Oh yeah, obviously we got the mini release yesterday. Zico, Rooney, Foden, Valverde, Isaac, Buongiorno, Furches, Savannah, Aketia and Dodo. All these guys were in the mini release. Also, if you guys are not aware, EA is going to be dropping the Prime Heroes in packs. I think these are going to come in packs at 6 PM today, so there's only, I think, about 13, 14 of them, like Hazard, Yaya, Guti, and so on and so on. But yeah, so we're going to go and get ourselves like 15 new Prime icons. I don't think they're anything too insane. I don't think they're game breaking, but they should help that market drop, which we do believe is going to go and drop going into the Sunday evening. So again, the general trend is that the market is going to go and drop into the Sunday evening, Monday morning. It then should rise going into the Wednesday midday. If stuff is out of packs, it'll then continue rising all the way up to Friday. If stuff is in packs, then it can go and drop Wednesday evening to Thursday morning, then have a really nice rebound Thursday, Friday. And I think that kind of wraps up what's going to happen with the market. But that's going to be that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.